Good morning, everyone. It's been a while, and I apologize for that, but it's good to see everyone nonetheless. Definitely been a while, and I wanted to kind of let you guys know what I've been doing, and I also wanted to um, tell you guys that yeah, I just kind of wanted to put some thoughts in your head, and hopefully these things will help you. So the first thing, hey Cody, Frank, Lee, good to see you all. Stuck in Florida, good to see you. Thanks guys for dropping by. I really appreciate it. Um, Matter of fact, let me drop some wrenches in here because I don't know who's gonna try to pop in here and mess with me this morning. So there's a few wrenches for you guys. So the last 2 weeks have been, um, to answer Jim's questions, what's up? The last 2 weeks have been extraordinarily stressful, to say the least. I have been working around getting to learn a new job. I've been working around just living here in Bangkok in general. I've been working around the new TM30 system. I've been working around new visa people. You know, on a new job. When you start a new job, you're going to be dealing with new people that do things different ways. When you move provinces, I didn't know this, but when you move provinces in, hey Roy, when you move provinces in Thailand, the same. Hey, are you experienced? Let me give you a wrench too. So the same rules per se don't necessarily apply in each individual category. Hey, Robert, Cody, and Bisker. It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. What I'm gonna get. Hey, Green Army, good to see you, man. Thanks for all your encouragement throughout these couple of weeks. What I'm going to tell you is this: before you decide to move to Thailand, now I realize that most of you guys would want to be retirees in Thailand. Okay, but if you're thinking about coming to work over here in Thailand, I want you to keep this in mind. Hey, Donnie. You are taking your whatever 9 to 5 grind, or if you don't have a 9 to 5 grind right now, but you want to come over here and work. Cody's teaching online. Good for you, bud. So if you're gonna come over here and work and try to work a normal job, you know you're still looking at 40 to 45 hours a week of your time. And then if you're somebody like me, you're probably, you're trying to keep a YouTube channel alive. Definitely want to keep this DoMoreLife community alive because I love you guys so much. Then you're talking about tacking on another 30 hours, but the difference is now I'm getting up at 5:45 in the morning and I'm going to bed. This is no lie. I'm going to bed at 7:30 or 8:30 p.m. at night, just because of the things I've had to work through the past few weeks. And I'm going to put out the videos on some of the things I've had to work through. It's been one thing after another. It's been in Rayong, you didn't have to have a certified degree. Here, you have to certify your degree. That takes time and money. The non-B transfer process is much different than what I had originally anticipated, and requires you to actually leave the country. So that's been done. I'll tell you guys where I went, and what happened, and all that good stuff at a later date. And there's a reason why I'm holding off on that information, but I don't want to keep anything from you guys. So what I want you to think about is don't don't do what I did. Okay, when I came here, I had a steady stream of guaranteed income for at least a couple more years, and I went to work too soon instead of just enjoying Thailand, instead of going out and shooting and recording and that kind of thing. Let's see. Cody says, I know me. I need about 4 days a week of something to keep me busy. Too many people I've seen retire in the oil field pass away after retirement very soon because they didn't do anything. I understand, man. I understand. Jim, we missed you too, brother. We missed you too. I'm glad to see you here. I really am. But I didn't take time to enjoy the country before I started working. So that's one thing I really, really, really want you guys to do is take time to enjoy the country before you start going to work. Because what I've seen a lot, thanks for throwing up the PayPal link, Argue Experience, appreciate that. But what I've seen more times than not, hey Robert, he says, hey there, long time no see, been working like everyone else. Is there a website for jobs in Thailand? Yes, there's many websites for jobs in Thailand. In fact, there are so many, I'm gonna give you the generic answer and just tell you to Google it. Google jobs in Thailand because there's so many. But I want to warn you on this. There is a lot, and I mean a lot of red tape to cut through here in Thailand in order to get a job, keep a job, and maintain one's legal status here in the kingdom. See, the good thing is most of you that I talk to have only been here as a tourist, right? You've only come over as a tourist. So as a tourist, as long as you leave by your end date in your passport, you got nothing to really worry about. I mean, there's nothing to worry about. You've planned a vacation, you've planned a budget, you've come over here, you spent the budget you planned, you had a great time, and you go back home, and life is awesome, right? Subtitles. I'm working on getting a program that'll do subtitles, Tim. But what you don't realize is when you come to live here, and if you're going to work here, and that's going to be your primary source of income, which is mine now, because the income that I had when I first moved to Thailand went away, right? It ran out of funds, and it went away. Well, one second, guys. I'm working on something right here in the corner. Okay. Now, anyway, Robert says, okay, thank you. I work in power plant industry. I'm going to look for that kind of work. See, I don't think you necessarily can. Hey, Fawad, I don't think you necessarily can. There's a list. If you go to the Thai Visa website, there's a list of things that you just simply cannot do in Thailand. And most of those things, anything involving manual labor, you're not going to be able to do. You can't be a photographer. You can't be you can't work like as a photographer as in profession. Like you could theoretically, I guess, be hired by a studio. What's up, Steve? Good to see you, man. Thanks for dropping by, Mr. Montelli in the house. Yeah, exactly, Cody. You can't get a job that a Thai could do. Okay. And that's one reason that teaching English over here is so popular. There has to come a time when, what's up, Nell in Thailand? Good to see you, bro. Appreciate you guys throwing up all the links. But I want to tell you that it's not all it's cut out to be. Okay, I'm learning that the hard way, because what I'm doing is well, Cody says teaching English probably pays more than a factory job. It depends on I don't even think you could come over here and go to work in a factory, to be honest with you. Because if you go to ThaiVisa.com or whatever, or any of the Thai sites, they have a job listing that foreigners just simply cannot do. And many of those things involve um, uh, your average job, like manual labor, something like that, that kind of thing. So you want to come over here with the hey Scott, what's up, man? Good morning. You want to come over here with the fat nest egg. That's rule number uno. Number one. Definitely want to come over here with a lot of cash in reserve. Um, Secondly, you want to come over here and you want to make sure that you have, if you're going to work over here, even as a retiree, if you want to come over here and work, you can work as a retiree. You can get a work permit on a retirement visa, but um, you you have to understand that the jobs over here, um, about $4 an hour here and $20. Oh, about $4 an hour where I'm at, and about $20 an hour over there. Yeah, that sounds about right. When you include cost of living and everything, you think that I understand why people come and retire in Southeast Asia, because people come and retire in Southeast Asia because cost of living is cheap, or cheaper, I should say. Now, Thailand is the cost is rising. Ball around the world, formerly known as Keith. I haven't checked in due to busy at work. A week away from Bangkok. Good for you, Keith. We're talking about this is basically about the difference in working in Thailand, living in Thailand, and switching up the hustle is what I'm going to call it. Green Army says, I don't plan working. I'm a retirement guy. That's right. And you cannot do a job that any Time National can do. That's also true. Visker says a $5K a month pension plus $2K in Social Security is what I'm waiting on before relocating to Asia. See, that is smart thinking. That is smart thinking. That is plenty of money. You won't have to work. You won't have to work. And you'll live a really, really, really good life. Mr. Johnson says, I'm retired law enforcement with a $7,000 per month pension. Can I retire? Yes, you can retire comfortably over here on $7,000 a month, very comfortably. Nell in Thailand says, if you go to Thailand with means to earn money while you were there, then you don't need to bring too much with you. I had 350 euros in my account when I arrived last month. Wow. Yeah, at $7,000, at 7,000 US dollars a month, you can live super comfortable. Nell in Thailand said, oh, Cody says, I'll be comfortable being 4K a month. 4K a month is plenty. Anytime you get over 3,000 a month, the thing about it, you're going to be able to live comfortable. Let's see. Nell in Thailand says, but I was owed 4,000 and I can earn money online while I'm here. There you go. Albie, hey Albie, I want to spend winters in Thailand to avoid the cold in Canada. I don't blame you. I can't say that I blame you at all. Wintertime is not a fun, great time for anyone. So, bottom line of the story is this. Well, here comes Ray Ray. Ray Ray says, word of advice, don't tell any Thai how much money you get from a pension. That's for sure. That's for absolute certain. In fact, don't talk to anyone about how much money you make, period. And you will find that even as you get a higher paying job over here in Thailand, than just about all of the Thais, the truth of the matter is it's not a big raise. The bot is getting stronger, and with no end in sight on that. I've been doing my research. So as the bot gets stronger, the money for the US money, obviously devalues. So you got to take that into effect too. What's the bot going to look like? I see some people with 10-year, 15-year plans. But what's the bot going to look like in 10 or 15 years? As of right now, the $7,000 a month would be incredible. Cody says heat I can deal with, just crazy. Big Bear says if you get 7,000 USD a month, you can live like a rock star. Yeah, you could for sure. D Johnson says I have a friend that has retired with a pension of 1,800 per month. You can live off that. You can live off that if as long as you don't have high expectations of being able to do a lot of things. You know, if you just want to come to Thailand and live, you can do that. Let's see. Are you experienced 1,800? Not bad. It's about 5,600 baht. Yeah, that's roughly about 5,600 baht, and that's doable, guys. 5,600 baht a month is doable. Vischer says to me, 7K is perfect for the life I want to live in Southeast Asia. Absolutely, as the baht stands right now, absolutely. Or as any other currency in Southeast Asia stands right now, 7,000 would be like you're literally living like a king, like a rock star. You can do anything you want. Plenty of money, no worries, health insurance paid for, and that kind of thing. D. Johnson said, oh, I read that. David says, good day, JC. I'm currently in Thailand. I'm not going to try to pronounce that province for a holiday. Nice, quiet town. Cool, man. I hope you enjoy it. Robert says, can you take back bottles? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Ray says, I know in the Philippines, telling people how much you have it can definitely get you. I got to remove that one because you put the K word in there. By the way, YouTube's changing its terms of service, and there's going to be a lot stricter PC stuff going to be going on. They're changing December the 10th. Abby says, I spent 1K per month in Thailand on hotels and restaurants, etc. I don't really drink, so that helps me big time. Me too. Rupert, rather have $1,800 in Thailand than in the West. Yeah, of course. You would rather have $1,800 in Thailand than the West. I agree with that statement 100% because the cost of living over here is cheaper. So your $1,800 is going to go further. As long as you're not in a position like I'm in, where you're working full time. Because hey Ross, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better, man. Just kind of talking through a few things and some things I wish I had done that I didn't, some things I wish I had planned for but didn't. Cody says a nice place and all bills, phone, insurance, etc. looks to be about 500 a month. Which would cost you 2,000 a month in the U.S. That's fairly good. You can live in, Nelson Tyler says you can live in most countries if you have 7K a month. Let's keep it real. That's true. Robert says he was joking. That's cool. D. Johnson, give us costs for the following: setup, cook, driver, occupy a nice condo, etc. costs. I have a ton of cost of living videos on this channel. You are welcome to check out. You're talking about living off 7K a month. I don't have incomes in that bracket, so pretty much whatever you want, however you want it, I would say. Henry says, any plan on moving back to USA? Not as of yet. Not as of yet. That's for sure. Ross says it goes about 50% further. I assume he's talking about the money. Don says, for 10 years, I have been visiting China. I will retire there. Wow, you're the first person that's ever said that you would retire in China. That's cool. The gentleman says, what work do you do out in Thailand? I'm a teacher. Steve says, have you read the new TOS? Talk about Big Brother. Yeah, I read through them. And, there's never a guarantee when it comes to YouTube and that kind of thing. This channel could go down tomorrow. I don't know. I went through my list and I removed about 25 videos from this channel that fall under they don't fall under it, but they could, in theory, fall under it. So I got rid of about 25 videos over the weekend. And that's another thing that's just been added to the stress of what all's been going on over the past 2 weeks. I'm still going to call you Keith. Ross Thought you didn't get up early. Yeah, Ross gets up early. Um, yeah, all your experiences got a good point. It's subjective. It is subjective. I mean, if you want to live on set, so if you take $7,000 a month and you want to live in a penthouse condo, overlooking a big city or something, and it costs you 5,000 a month to rent that condo, well, then you only got 2,000 a month left, and that's got to cover your health insurance. It's got to cover your um, everything else: electricity, water, transportation, all that stuff. So you really, 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 really have to think about those things. Albie says it's snowing in Canada right now. I'm looking at flights next week to Asia. I hear you. I don't mind, and that's the good thing, man. If you're coming on a as a tourist or whatever, you don't have to worry about this stuff because you just come and you leave. But when you work and live here, there is so like you got to do a 90-day check-in. Okay, that's not hard, but it's time consuming. You got to, if you have to change visas, you have to go out of the country to change visas. Okay, because you have to cancel your current visa, then you have to come back in. And at any point in time, any immigration officer in Thailand can just deny you entry. They don't really, you know, you would like to think that they can give you a valid, good, solid reason for denying you entry, but they don't have to. They really don't have to. I even on my way back in the country, I was even scrutinized, and I've never left the country. I've never had uh, a bad visa or any kind of marks or anything like that. My criminal background's perfect. I've got all that. I mean, everything's perfect, but still, immigration scrutinized my my different timings on different things, and it was really an awkward experience. So if you're coming for even on a tourist visa, make sure you got the 20,000 baht that's required. That it says that in the books. I know they usually don't ask for it, but I would have 20,000 baht on me when I came through the line, all my papers, where I'm staying, and then when you get here, even as a tourist, I would file a TM30, and that's been recommended by some of the law firms here to file a TM30 because that TM30 is going to give your address of where you're staying. So on the plane flight in, you have to fill out the departure arrival card and make sure, no matter what happens, that you don't lose that departure card when you come into Thailand. Because if you lose that departure card, it's a mess trying to get it back. I haven't lost one, but I know people that did. And these are things I want you to think about before you come to Thailand. Ray says, I think if you have the money to live, then hit the road. Too many people spend too much time planning for the perfect time, and then the perfect time doesn't come. And you know what, Ray? That is an excellent, excellent, excellent point. That is an excellent point. This has been my overall travel experience. And some of you guys are not going to want to hear this, okay? But this is the truth. Because of some Montelli says dystopian comes to mind. Because of the way my travel journey went, I've never had time to just sit back, with the exception of the first 4 months I was in the Philippines. I've never had time to just sit back and enjoy, right? Just sit back and enjoy life. I haven't had that time, and it's it's wearing on my it's wearing on my mind and body. Really, it really is. And I know you guys, the easy thing to say is, you're just turned 39. You ain't got nothing to worry about, and this, that, and the other, and that kind of thing. Well, I do. I have certain health conditions that that this level of stress exacerbates, and it's just not easy. It's not easy finding all these things to do. The good thing is, I'm gonna tell you what's really kept me going through this whole thing is YouTube. And after YouTube, when this DoMoreLife family started coming together, that is really, really, truly the thing that has really kept me focused, right? Because my original plan was to become a traveler for a living. That was my original plan. You know, I don't know if that's ever going to happen now. I want it to. I want it to. That's still my goal. But I may have to hit the reset button on a lot of things in life. And, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the fact that if I have to, and this is a long shot, guys, I just want you to understand, if I have to hit the reset button, move back to America, get myself together, and work there for a couple of years, save up some money, and then come back, I'll do it. And I'll vlog about the journey while I'm doing it. So, the family will still be here. I still have my knowledge of the Philippines and Thailand. Hopefully I'll work a nice job that's got a couple weeks vacation every year, and I'll get to travel to a new country, and we'll get to see new countries and new places. That's a long shot, okay? That's a long shot. That's worst case scenario. But you have to understand that you guys know how excited I am to be in Southeast Asia, right? But that excitement is just it's kind of worn thin. I really don't know how else to put it. It's just kind of worn thin. Robert says, do you know if the new health insurance requirements would allow for the ability to self-insure? Is it too early to say? I just watched a video on Integrity Legal this morning. That's a great question, Robert. Integrity Legal just put out a video. Go to integritylegal.com and watch their last video, and he will answer that question for you. I do not want to give you misinformation. Let's see where we were here. Good Lord, I missed a bunch of comments. Hope Frog, living in China the past 6 years, you couldn't pay me to retire here. Looking to get out to Thailand or Nam. I've heard that about China. I've heard that. I had a coworker in Rayong that told me that there is no way she would ever go back to China for many reasons. Ross says, I think if I were single, had no dogs, and lived the lifestyle I do, my cost for everything in a month would be about 70,000 baht a month. It would include maid 2 times a week, car, auto insurance. You can do things like that. And Ross is a good one, man. Ross is a good one to talk to about stuff like this. He has a channel too, Ross and Rayong. You can go over to his channel. But one of his best videos so far is on this channel. He's put up a video on this channel, and I titled it, not Ross, I titled it, The Exact Amount of Money You Need to Retire in Thailand. And what it is a formula, right? It's a formula for you guys to plug numbers into to see if you can really do it. He set up a generic number system, right? But you can plug any number into it that you want to, and you have to understand what he's saying. He's saying if you want to retire off of just the nest egg, off of just what you have in the bank, this is how much money you'll have to spend a month, okay? So if you have a pension or whatever, then you have to change the whole formula. Green Army says, enjoy listening to guys' opinions. Me too. I do too, Green Army. And you know what? Green Army's been a guy that's come on us last week. Some of you guys know that. Some of you guys that have met me and really know me understand kind of what I've been going through these last 2 weeks. Take care now in Thailand. See you, bud. Enjoy your vacation, man. Some of you guys really know what I've been going through, and it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. And part of that's my fault because I tend to overthink things a lot and put a lot of unnecessary stress on myself. But at the same time, things happen, and it's real life. I mean, it's real life. It's real life. It can get stressful over here if you let it. It really can, especially if you're just trying to live over here. And then what's even worse, let me tell you the worst thing in the world is when you realize that you're not living in paradise, that you are just simply surviving in paradise. That is the worst feeling. I have never felt anything worse than that in my life. And that's kind of where I've been the past 2 weeks, is in survival mode. And for that reason, um, I haven't been able to make content. I have shot some content, and I'm gonna be putting out some content for you guys. But it's man, it's tough. Sometimes it just gets tough over here. If you live here, I'm not talking about tourists. I'm talking about if you live here. Ray Ray says, I'm looking at the name Vietnam. Supposedly you can live comfortably on 14 US dollars a month. I think Vietnam's a little bit more expensive than that, Ray Ray. You could be right. You could be right. But the people that I know that have lived in Vietnam have said it takes about the same amount of money to live in Thailand as it does Vietnam. If you guys are enjoying this content, if you don't mind, hit the thumbs up button for me. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. And if you want to contribute anything to the channel, the links are in the description, or somebody will throw something up, I'm sure, at some point. I feel bad even mentioning contributions without having to put out a lot of content this week, but there's 2 or 3 videos a week is going to be about my max until I get used to the new flow of things over here, because it's just so time consuming. The new job is so time consuming. But I like it. Don't get me wrong. I really like it. Once you get there, it's very simple. There's no it's not hard. It's just the hours that it takes up, the time it consumes. So that's something that I've been getting used to. Addie says, meeting with website designer after seeing you to sell my audiobooks to tourists so can move back to Dom TN next year. Good for you, Addie. I hope that works out for you, man. I really do. I really do. I am definitely going to write a book at some point. Definitely. I would be interested to see how many people would buy that book. Jim says, hey guys, I've been down because that wreck I was in when I got hit by a semi in Orlando, Florida. We're going to have to get that Friday night, Saturday morning challenges going again soon. Oh, I'm sure we will, Jim. I'm sure we will. And you are such a love member of this channel, man. Everybody's been asking for you and worried about you. Lee, thank you so very much. Genuinely appreciate it. That is the first contribution of the day. Just want to say thank you for that. You have no idea how far the contributions go over here. Like we said, the dollar stretches very far, very far. So thank you, Lee. I really appreciate that very much. Good luck, Addie. Absolutely good luck to him. Cody says it's 50 degrees here, which is freezing to me. I bet it is. Don says, Hope Frog, I have a place in, I'm not going to try to pronounce that place, in southeastern China, beautiful and rural mountainous area. That's pretty cool. -6 in Canada. Ooh, that's a tough one. Let's see. Albie says, I've got a 3-month visa. Are you coming in on a non-O or non-B, or did you get a 90-day tourist visa? Do they make 90-day tourist visas anymore? Because the tourist visa is supposed to be 60 days, and then you get one extension on it, which is 30 days, equaling 90 days. The gentleman says, if I had to fly into Bangkok, I need 20,000 baht on me already. Technically, yes. Legally, yes, you do. That's it. That's in the rules. That's like the TM30 that made the big deal. It's on the books, but it's rarely enforced. So if you want to come in now, I'm telling you from my personal experience. Okay. I just went through all this. I saw people that didn't have one piece of paper ejected. I saw people that didn't have the money ejected. Thailand is really, really cracking down on who they let in the country. And you need to be aware of that. You need to make sure all your paperwork's ready. You got a hotel to stay at when you come, and you can put that on your arrival departure card. Now, the good thing about it is if you stay in one hotel the whole time you're here, that hotel will file the TM30 for you. That's my understanding anyway. Luke the Puke says, I just spent 9 months in Thailand and went back home because it's just too hot for me. It is hot here, man. It's hot. It's extraordinarily hot, to be honest with you. Ross says it was cold this morning around here. It was a low 72 degrees at sunrise. Last week, I believe there were a few days where it didn't even get up to 80 degrees. So to me, that was kind of cold. Jay says, good to see you, Jeremy. Get us come video playing pool so we can see some good playing, Asians playing good pool. Not 100% sure what you mean on that, but I'll try. Our experience says my Thai girlfriend was complaining today. It was only 19 degrees Celsius in Surin. She was freezing. Yeah, last week when it was under 80 degrees, the Thais were like, they had their burqas on and they were, big, thick pants and everything else. It was a little bit entertaining to watch. I won't say funny, but a little bit entertaining to watch. Albie says, feels like minus 14 here. Ooh, that's cold, man. Cody says, I know it had to be hard to jump on a plane and just go for it. Man, it was. Look, leaving the Philippines was the hardest thing for me because I literally had about 4 days or 5 days to prepare. So all I did was watch YouTube videos on Thailand and specifically getting through immigration. Now, when I came here to Thailand 17 months ago, the immigration apparatus was almost completely different than it is now. They've made and implemented, and I want to give the Thai immigration some credit here too. They've implemented some very good changes to make sure that some bad people don't get in here. This new health insurance policy, you guys really need to watch that video over on Integrity Legal because it's not going to be, according to them. Excuse me one second. According to them, it's not going to be as bad as everybody thought it was. But my question is, if you're a retiree, why wouldn't you have health insurance anyway? Like, it doesn't make any sense not to have health insurance. I have 2 million baht worth of health insurance, and I'm 39. You just never know what could happen, right? It's risky. It's very risky. Cody says, for you, I mean, yeah, it was, Cody. It was. I had 5 days to prepare. I packed all my stuff up because the situation in the Philippines was just horrible for me. At the end of it, for me, it was horrible, and I needed to get out of there because the situation wasn't going to improve. And at that time, the gentleman or the 4 or 5 gentlemen that were causing all the problems had all the leverage, and I needed to go. So I did. Let's see. So exchange for a bot in USA. Yes, sir. The gentleman, absolutely. Luke says too hot for a Norwegian traveler. That's true. Yeah, 20,000 bahts, only about 600 USD. It's a little bit, fluctuate, probably a little bit more than that. Are you experienced? I think it's a little bit more than that. Or it may have just been my transfer fee. I finally got the bank transfers to work. Let's see. Steve says, Mr. Montelli says, I'm not sure exacerbation can be talked about on YouTube any longer. I know, right? The terms of service, guys, I really hope it doesn't affect the channel, but you never know. Hey, Robert, good to see you. I'm not going to repeat the end of that. It says, hey, JC, don't give up on YouTube. I'm never giving up on YouTube. The only way I would give up on YouTube is if they pulled the channel down, and then I would just probably start back over, re-uploading videos that I know are safe and that kind of thing. So, and doing live streams and making sure I got I might not be able to name the channel Do More Life, but I can name it my name, and then we can still keep the Do More Life mantra alive. I do own the trademark for that. In fact, I own 2 trademarks for that. One for apparel and one for streaming like this. Let's see. Yeah, are you experienced? That's true. We'll get cheaper rates, but what's he gonna do if he can't get in? If he doesn't have the 20,000 to get in, that's the thing. Robert says, sounds like you need to live your motto, do more life. Yeah, I do, but I can't. You understand what I'm saying? I'm restricted right now by the red tape of Thailand and the job that I've got. So it's consuming, 80 hours a week between the red tape and the job itself. So the thing about it is what do you do? I mean, I'm not a person that can just put that much time into work. I wish I could, but I'm just not. Let's see. Lee's got thumbs up. Yes, it does. Cody, there's the PayPal link. Let's see. Ball Around the World says, I'm saving more than 50%. I'm working early. I'm working to retire early. Good for you, man. Good for you. Cody says, I work 12 hours a day for 20 years. It turns you into a zombie. Yeah, I mean, and it's not good for your health, man. It's really not good for your health, especially if you are a person like me, that already has some extenuating circumstances that cause, that's one reason I dropped all the drama. I just moved away from it. I don't care what people say about me. I could care less. They can call my job. They can call whatever. They can call Houdini, whatever they want to. I just went through an entire immigration check of my degree, criminal records, in and out of the country, the whole 9 yards, and not one aspect of any kind of criminal anything came up. Or I'm not on a watch list. I'm not on any of that stuff. So all that stuff, not even worried about it. That's good news. Luke says, "Is you ready for the book, Robert?" Yeah, me. I need to write it. I need to write it for sure. The bot is strong now. Yes, the bot is strong for sure. Our experience says all contributions go to camera equipment and travel for Jeremy to make content, not to his pocket for dinners and nights out. That is the absolute 100% truth. Are you experienced? Contributions on this channel go toward equipment and travel. They don't go toward anything else. Nobody pays my rent. I do all that. Nobody pays for, no matter what you think of me. I don't go to Patia and take. I just don't indulge. You guys understand what I'm saying. Got to be real careful with what you say these days, because of YouTube's terms of service are going to be changing very soon. Hey Frank, good to see you, bud. It was 12 degrees here last night. Whew, that's cold. Johnny says would love to see more restaurant reviews in the Nana area. Yeah, I assure you, Johnny, if I get the time, man, I will absolutely do that for sure. Absolutely. You have my word on that. Are your experiences at Luke the Puke? The bot is strong for the last year almost. Yeah, I agree. Jim says, hey guys, if any of us can pull together just a little bit and contribute to the Do More Life channel, do it through PayPal. They only hold 3% out versus 30% that YouTube does, and there is no delay. That's true. That's true. That's why we use PayPal on there. There's some kind of alarm going off somewhere, but I'm not sure what it is. So anyway, we're going to keep going. So let's get, wait, what did he say? So let's get JC fired up so he can get some content out like he wants to do. As soon as I'm back to work with mine, will be coming because I appreciate this channel. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate the appreciation for sure. Sky P says Beijing is dirty. Architecture is like the Soviet Union. It's the Communist Party HQ. Shanghai and Hong Kong were much better. That's interesting. Hey, Brett, good to see you, man. Very good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Much appreciated. JJS says 43 here in Chicago, not too cold. Yeah, that's not too bad. Thanks for throwing up the link there, Jim. Keith says, I'm staying around now 26th through 28th. I'll take you for a nice steak if you have the time and appetite. Brother, if I got the time and appetite, we can certainly do that for sure. Jim says every little bit helps the channel, and I personally know that Jeremy puts every bit into the channel. This is not for his personal use. That's why he works a job to pay his bill. That's right. That's right. YouTube is not my job. YouTube is not my job. I work a job to keep everything steady here, but the contributions that are put in go toward the content. And I've been shooting short pieces of content, but I got to find time to edit them. At the new job, I don't know. It's a lot more time consuming than I thought it was going to be. It's a lot more time consuming. My body has to adjust to it, and that's why you haven't gotten a lot of content lately. The best thing you guys can do, and many of you have done this. I know Green Army's done it. Steve's done it. Many of you have done this. Is share the content. Pick your favorite DoMoreLife videos and share them. That's what helps keep the channel going for sure. Jim says, love the content, contributed a little bit. The PayPal link is all over. That's true. PayPal link's in the description, and that's correct, Jim. Our experience is not yet. Well, technically it is, Luke, but you have to get, to the best of my knowledge, they haven't released it yet for certain people to certain doctors haven't been able to release it yet. That's been my understanding. Is that the fire alarm, the smoke alarm, you're burning up, YouTube streaming? I know, right? D Johnson says, how much for a live live-in cook? I have no idea. I couldn't tell you, man. I've never had enough money to have one, so I don't want to lie to you. Sorry, I can't answer that question, but possibly somebody will in the comment section of this video eventually. Cody says, I thought it was my neighbor's. That's funny. Luke says, luckily for me, I got papers for, yeah, so we don't want to use that word. Yeah, I'm going to remove your comment, Luke, because I don't want to keep using that word, and I'm going to remove the other one too. And it has nothing to do with you. I personally don't care what you say, but YouTube does. Our experience says to Luke, yes, extremely illegal in Thailand, and they don't mess around. That's true. Jim says, hey guys, I remember just a few weeks ago, there was only 45 family members in the chat, and we raised over $600 for the channel. Those over 60 now, let's try to raise 200 before the end of this chat. All right, Jim. So Jim's got a $200 challenge out there. That's entirely up to you guys, man. No, don't worry. No need for apologies, Luke. No need for apologies, because it's the YouTube platform and their terms of service. It's not you, man. It's not you. Let's see. I doubt we can say that J word, Cody, so I'll delete that. Okay, there you go. I'm not sure what you guys were talking about, but it's all good. No worries. content on this channel helps in any way, please hit the thumbs up button. And Are You Experienced says challenge. Yeah, Jim put out a challenge to raise $200 by the end of the stream. What's up? My name is Prince. Good to see you, bud. Albie's got thumbs up. Luke says just wanted to raise awareness about the subject. Oh, I understand, man. Like I said, it's no problem at all. No problem. You haven't done anything wrong. None of that stuff. And yes, Prince, how was your trip over? I heard you met with a few people. Let's see. Ross says, Prince, where are you now? Say hello to Nika. I guess Nika is the girlfriend, I'm assuming. Prince is in Patong for the weekend. Cool. So no horseplay in Thailand. Well, it depends on how you define horseplay. Like, you can still have a ton of fun over here in Thailand. I mean, you can have a ton of fun in Thailand, but you want to make sure that my main thing is making sure that you get into Thailand, and that you come in here with everything that you need. All the documents, all the any cash that you might need. Go to the websites. Go to thaivisa.com. Make sure you've read the requirements. Make sure that you understand, and go on YouTube and don't just watch my videos about immigration that are going to be coming out. Watch other people's immigration stories, especially from the country that you're from. Okay. Watch their stories and see if they sound legit and they look legit and that kind of thing. Our experience says Jeremy doesn't care about the words. It's a YouTube thing. That's right. Not many horses in Thailand. That's true. Cody says one of those things if you were sitting right there with Jay, but not for YouTube. Yeah. That's exactly what happens. Our experience says Prince Lady looks like a nice person in his pics. He's always smiling. LOL. Jim says, come on, guys. Let's see how many times we can make JC raise that phone up and show PayPal. Just dinged. Actually, that wasn't a PayPal. I've got one PayPal, and that was from Lee, who I genuinely appreciate. Lee is a super supporter of this channel, and I really, really, really appreciate them. Let's see. Ross says, I had dinner with them. She's 100% wife material. He's talking about with Prince. Yoon says, hello, JC. How are you doing? Just completed my regular weekend cycling routine. Good for you, man. I wish I had the energy to get out and do something like that. It would be awesome. Cody says, Prince just subscribed. Didn't know you had that many. Yeah, he's working on a channel. Prince has got a channel. He's working on one. Silver Warrior, isn't it amazing how many things we cannot say on YT? Control the language, control the thoughts. Where will we be in 5 years? Now, you're bringing up a whole nother subject, but I mean, your point's legit, for sure. The gentleman says, if I'm coming for a few weeks, I just need cash and a passport, right? Yeah, basically you need cash and a passport, but like I said, go to thaivisa.com and just read the guidelines for tourists entering Thailand, because I don't know what country you're from, and I don't, certain things change with different countries. So I would encourage you to go and read that. And Keith has decided to follow me on Twitter. That's cool. Thanks, Keith. Jim says 70 plus family members in the chat right now. Just think about this. Only $3 from each family member right now would help the channel out so much this week. Yes, it would. That's for sure. Cody says, remember in the 80s, a kiss on TV was a big thing. Now, whoa. Yeah, I know, right? Steve says, YT will have us on the gallows pretty soon, and we'll be thanking them. It's but Steve and I talk about stuff like this regularly. We're pretty good friends, in case you guys didn't know, and we have a lot of fun joking about some of these things that are just some things are outlandish, and some of the rules and regulations are just. Let's see. Emmanuel says, hello from Dayton, Ohio. Hello, Emmanuel. Good to see you. Thank you for dropping by. Prince says it's not YouTube, it's the FTC. You're right. You're right. You're right. That is a correct statement, Prince. The FTC is the driving force behind it. Okay. I don't know if YT has overstepped or not. I don't know. I don't know if they had to go, above and beyond to make sure that they didn't get in any more trouble with the FTC. They were fined 150 or 140 million dollars or 170. I can't remember. A lot of money by the FTC. So they do have to keep it in control. Montelli says everything I do is demonetized as soon as I'm done. Wow. I haven't had that problem yet, thankfully. This is a channel that's never had a strike on it, ever. Not a copyright strike. I've had content ID claims, but I've put that in the description before, and that content ID claim is no problem at all. I've only had I think out of almost 600 videos, I've had maybe 4 that were demonetized. So I really haven't had that problem. It's because I try to keep it as PC as possible, man. You got to. Cody says, I wonder if 20 years from now, virtual reality will put you in Thailand from your home. Now, there's an idea. That's an idea right there, Cody. That was just a message from Facebook, guys. No PayPal. And John says, sorry, I missed the intro. Just returned from Bangkok. Great time to Thailand. Good for you, John. Tell us about your vacation, man. I appreciate it very much. And glad you had a safe trip. We got almost 80 people watching. That's kind of unusual. Our experience says Prince is very knowledgeable concerning YouTube and related channel stuff. Yeah, he is, and so am I. I just don't really talk a lot about the YouTube related stuff on here. Ross and Rayon says FTC wants to make sure YT is as clean as broadcast TV. That may be true. Certainly looks like it's leaning that way. Cody says, or anywhere Total Recall kind of. I hear you. The Crow, I hadn't seen you in a while. Hey, Jeremy, hope you're well, my friend, and prospering in your newfound home of Bangkok. Much love. Same to you, The Crow, and thanks for being part of the family, and thanks for coming in to see us. Visker says, JC, what do you think of Instagram removing likes platform starting next week? I think it's the greatest thing ever. I think because now people are not going to judge based on likes. I think it's going to be good for people who make money on Instagram. I wish they would remove the likes from YouTube. The metrics of likes versus dislikes really are not that significant anyway. But you can judge whether or not somebody likes your video by the comments that are left in your video and how many views your video got. You don't necessarily need a like button. I am thrilled that they're taking the likes away from Instagram. To be honest with you, I'm thrilled because now people will know their value from. I don't know what just happened. Now people will know the value of their post simply from the comments and the number of followers that they get. Thanks for throwing up the PayPal link. Are you experienced? Cody in Texas says music seems to get a lot of strikes on vloggers. Yeah, of course it does. They've really come down hard on content and copyright ID claims. Steve Montelli, Instagram is just more PC crap goes along with the 125. I got to take that one down, man. But I'm gonna leave it. I can't say nothing about that, Steve. I can't. We'll talk about that later. Brett says, I'm just here for the women. That nothing wrong with that, man. No problem. My name is Prince says Instagram removing likes lowers engagement. People will have to buy ads or have a strong CTA to get engagement. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I think it depends on. I think Instagram is moving more towards a YouTube type algorithm, and what I mean by that is it's going to be more of a recommended type thing than it will like what people the so when you're scrolling through Instagram, right, and you see a picture, you're like, man, I like that picture, and then you go to that person's account, right, and then you look through all their pictures. I think it's going to be a how much time do I spend on that person's account looking at their pictures. I think that's where the algorithm is leading. That's my personal opinion. You may be exactly right, Prince. You may be exactly right. Cody says Facebook will probably be next on the like thing. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me either. And it's okay too. John says yeah, Steve, you know the deal. John says Samui has added 2 new elephant sanctuaries. Cool. I didn't know that. Cody says Cody says taking away likes, I think, would improve commenting more. 100%. 100%, because now you're going to know the people that really like your stuff because they're going to comment. See, it's going to be easier for the people on Instagram to build a true following because the people that take time to engage in comments. I mean, let's face it, we live in a world where you just go and go and go and go, and all you do is scroll, double tap, right? But to comment on somebody's video takes time. And if you have the time and you can put those or put that time into someone else's account, Instagram's going to realize that. So I think it's going to be more comment driven and time spent on that account than it is with the likes. So John's, I read that. Sorry, guys. Ross is replying to comments on videos. I read that. John says Pattaya was interesting, and I'm glad I went, but I don't think I'm going back. I completely understand. It's a good place to visit once or twice. Me personally, I like to go there and relax. There's a little place that I stay there that I've never told anybody that I stay. That's just super relaxing. The service is great. It's not a 5-star place, but it's just wonderful. It's a wonderful little place to go. And the reason I don't tell anybody I stay there is because I don't want any unexpected company when I go. So yeah, it's good to go there, relax, vent. You can go. There's a lot of good reasons to go to Pattaya, and there's a lot of bad reasons to go to Pattaya. It depends on what kind of person you are and what you're looking for when you get there. Ross says Samui is one of the best islands for vacation in Thailand for the couples or single guy. And Ross will know he spent some time there. Our experience says, I like Samui. Ross was fun, but I can't pronounce that, was awesome too. Cody says, sometimes I don't comment and just hit the likes just so the friend knows I acknowledge it. Now that means I need to comment. Well, that's true. But think about it takes 1 second to or maybe 2 seconds to double tap. It takes probably 45 seconds to leave a comment. For me I'm experienced on social media platforms. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, but I'm not an expert. But I can tell you this. For me, the people that comment are the people that are going to be involved in your community. They're going to be the people that have your back. You heard the saying, you don't need 100,000 people to follow you. You don't need 100,000 people to follow you. You just need 1,000. You need 1,000 people that's got your back no matter what and you will be successful in life in terms of the social media aspect. So I think that's, I agree with that statement 100%. Where was Ross says that's the advantage of Samui. You can go to Kota for a couple of days. Okay. John says Krabi in January is next. That's awesome. Cody says I will do the comment saying it's helpful. There you go. Our experience says 80 watching, thumbs up, please guys. Show Jared some love. Yeah, you can show me some love. It's okay. John says for those who haven't been, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Is where the full moon parties take place. I don't know how to pronounce that one either. Is amazing island snorkel destination. Actually going to that Onang. I'm not sure, but sounds like you'd be having a pretty good trip there. Kevin says, "Hey JC, hope you're well. I'll be there in 3 weeks. Awesome, man. Awesome. I hope I get to run into you again this time. I really do." Our experience says, "Yes, John. I went to Fangan for the full moon party. Equals biggest rave in the world. 40,000 people on a beach. Wow, that's a lot. Krabi has some great hot springs and waterfalls, all less than 30-minute drive from the city. That's cool." Addie says every few months on Koh Samui, they turn the power off a whole day to upgrade the system. I didn't know that. That's interesting. They have brownouts in the Philippines too, for anybody from the Philippines in here. Montelli could probably tell you about that. Panyang is how it's pronounced. Koh Panyang. Okay, gotcha, man. I said Koh Panyang. Okay, that makes sense. I have trouble with Thai reading and that kind of thing. It's like when people say, "You've been in Thailand all this time and you don't know how to speak Thai." Well, yeah, I don't know how to speak Thai because I spend all my time teaching English, of course. Our experience says, "Please share your favorite DoMoreLife video on your Facebook. It really helps." Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It's not. That's funny. Oh, we have a contribution here. Let's see. I'm not going to put the name up because I don't know if he would want me to show it, but we have a $10 contribution. Thank you very much, sir. Much appreciated to you, or much appreciation to you, I should say. Thank you very much. No power is not a brownout. Hey, I hear you, Steve. I hear you. I used to live there. I understand, especially when I lived up north in Luzon. It was like, man, we had brownouts all the time. They cut the water off in Bambang, which is way up north. They cut the water off there every night at like either 7:30 or 8:30. I can't remember. So if you don't have tubs full of water drawn and you need to take a shower or something like that, or you have to flush the toilet, then you're just messed up, man. Addie says, "Don't catch the speedboat from Koh Samui to Full Moon Party on Koh Pang or Koh Phangan. Too dangerous, so catch the ferry day before the party." Cool. Prince says, "Wow, I need some mods like you guys on my main Star Wars channel." I bet I got some great mods in here, man. Okay, Michael, I can mention your name. That's cool. Michael was the one that contributed $10, and I appreciate that very, very much, Michael. Thank you so much for that contribution. Genuinely appreciated, as always. Ross says, "At John, looking for tour to the Crystal, Emerald, and Sapphire Springs." Our experience says, "I will help anytime, Prince. I think you know that." Yep. He will, and he's a good moderator too. Sad Q1 says Koh Phangan is actually pronounced Ko-Fi something. All good, man. Eddie says, "I love Krabi fishing town." Stuck in Florida says the Philippines water and electricity are intermittent outside of the cities. That's true. That's very true. Stuck in Florida. Absolutely true. Eric, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Hey, Jeremy just dropped down. Don't know if it's just me, but the Teespring doesn't let me choose USA as shipping country, therefore can't order anything from them. You should be absolutely. Everything is that's weird. Everything is shipped from the USA. Most all my orders usually are shipped from the USA. Um, I don't know why. I don't know why that would be. Um, Teespring has a customer service button on there. Check them out. You're the first person that's ever said that. So I'm not sure. Hi, Maggie. Greeting from a hospital. Are you in a hospital? I hope you're not in a hospital. Cody says it is difficult getting things like snuff delivered to you there. I've read the only place you can find Copenhagen is Bangkok. I don't know, man. It's been a long time since I was down that road, down the tobacco thing. John says, Eric, try another browser. That's true, Eric. If you try Google Chrome, you shouldn't have any problems using Teespring. Timmy says every 2 weeks YouTube sends me a question report to fill out on me. Why they want to know such things as am I offended by any of your blogs? About 10 questions each time. I always say no. Well, thank you, Timmy. That's probably because there are trolls that mass flag this channel all the time, so it's all good. Eric says, okay, I will try a different browser. Yeah, try a different browser, buddy. Cody says, hi, Maggie. Sorry I missed your stream earlier. I was knee deep in spaghetti. Ooh. Everybody's saying hi to Maggie. Michael says, especially good information tonight. I'll be there in a few weeks. That's good. Cody says, I've never gotten a questionnaire on you. I've never gotten a questionnaire on another YouTuber's channel either. I don't know. My name is Prince. May says, Maggie, do you know how to get to the Big Buddha in Phuket? I'll let Maggie answer that one. Yeah, let's ask that question. How many people have ever gotten a questionnaire on my channel, which whether or not my channel is offensive? That's kind of funny. Maggie, I did get a chance to watch some of your. Okay, Robert, I got your Facebook message. There's a link to Maggie's channel. Some of you guys can check that out. I have been able to watch a few of her videos occasionally, but like I was talking about before, time is of the essence when it comes to living over here. So, Cody says never on anyone, and I probably follow 15 channels. My name is Prince says, I think I got one about if I liked one of your videos. JC, really? I've never heard of it. I've never gotten a questionnaire or whatever, but hope you guys said yes. Stuck in Florida says, I've never gotten a questionnaire on anyone's channel. Our experience says she does rural Thailand vids and water parks. Generally has fun traveling in Thailand. Yeah, she looks like she's having a good time. And Keith says, never got a questionnaire, and I watch plenty of offensive stuff. Our experience says, I've never gotten a questionnaire from your channel or anyone's. I've never gotten a questionnaire from anyone's channel. So, I don't know. Maybe this is YouTube getting ready to implement their stuff. So, Jim says, guys, unfortunately, I've got to run for now. Just remember, if you can dig in your pocket and contribute to the DoMoreLife channel, not only helps the channel, helps take stress off our family founder. You're right, Jim. You're right, Jim. It certainly does, because when I do have the time to travel and do have the time to make vlogs, it definitely lightens the load. So thank you, Jim. I hope you feel better, buddy. And, take care of yourself first before anything else, for sure. Take care of yourself. Cody says, Isan looks like most laid back part of the world on Maggie's channel. I would say that would probably be true. I've never been to Isan. I know a lot of people that have, and a lot of people have a lot of good things to say about it. So let me recap real quick. Before you come to Thailand, there are things you need to know. If you're coming as a tourist, make sure you have all your paperwork. Make sure you have your passport. Make sure you have the recommended amount of funds on you. I believe right now that's 20,000 baht. Jim says, my friend, I'm feeling better and I hope to be back to my normal financial self soon so I can do some contributions like I normally did. Come on, guys, contribute. Thanks, Jim. I appreciate your encouragement, man. I definitely do. Really appreciate it. Make sure you have all your paperwork in line. Make sure you have your vaccines too. Don't forget about that. That's very important. You need to go to the CDC site, and they have a list of every country and every vaccine you'll need for that country. And they even break it down by regions in some countries. So there's a current challenge. The family knows what I mean, and there's the PayPal link. That's true. Yeah, Emmanuel, I got your comments on that, bud. No need to keep repeating that. We got it. Stuck in Florida says Cody in Texas, Northern Cachemire is nice, more jungle and rivers. I've been there before. Jim says in the real estate business we have 3 words: location, location, location. In Jeremy's world, he has 3 words. His 3 words are share, share, share. So let's take a few minutes out of our mouth this week and share. Yeah, absolutely. Share some videos, guys. That really pumps more viewership into the channel than anything else. So I really appreciate it. And I will try to deliver as much content as possible. We'll have to see how the weeks go. There may be some astronomically huge changes coming up, and if there is, I will announce those. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes right now that I'm working on, and trying to set this channel up for success, and I'm also trying to set, of course, myself up for success. I just want you guys to be aware of a few things. So I'll get back to that as soon as I read Ross and Jim's comment here. Ross says, JC got to run. Wife needs me on the other side of town. Okay, bud. Have a good one. Jim says, tonight, the 3 words are contribute, contribute, contribute. Let's let JC know how much you get tonight. And I hope you have some last minute dings and you can hit 200. Good night, family. Good night, Jim. And maybe we'll get to 200. We've seen $500 and $600 days on here before, so it's all good, man. And it really, really, really does help out. It's been made pretty clear by most of the advanced YouTubers. And when I say advanced, I mean YouTubers that are so big that they have direct connections to YouTubers that you can expect AdSense to be cut by a third after these new terms of service kick in, particularly around January 1. So, contributions are kind of going to help the channel go. I may even start up a website and just use YouTube as a platform to promote the website. I'm not sure. Okay, so if you're coming as a tourist, you want money, you want hey, David, Bangkok's pretty cool. It's really sunny here in Pattaya. Got 8 days left. Eric, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Appreciate that very, very, very much. Always thank you. Eric's usually when he pops in, he contributes something, and I just want to say thank you very much for that, sir. I'm very grateful for it. Glenn, hey man, good to see you. If you're coming as a tourist, money, passport, papers. That's what you need to know. Money, passport, papers, and vaccines. Okay. If you're coming here to work on a non-B visa, typically this is how people do it. They either get their non-B, their 90-day non-B at a Thai consulate before they get here, and they use an agency to do that. I don't recommend using agencies for jobs here. what most people will do is come in on either a 30-day stamp or a tourist visa, 60-day tourist visa, and then they will the job will convert that tourist visa to a non-B visa. Addie says, "Sorry, mate, I will contribute next year when my it's all good, man. It's all good. I'm not asking for contributions. It's just I don't think you guys have ever heard me ask for contributions on this channel. I just appreciate what you guys do for this channel monetarily, and it goes a long way to help out. So no need to ever be sorry. Peaceful attitude needed. Don't expect Western services or attitude. That's true. Very, 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 very true, Keith. If you're coming here to work, okay, most likely you'll come in on a tourist visa. You'll go to the school. They'll get you a non-B visa, depending on what province you work in. There are different processes on how to get that non-B visa. That non-B visa, the 90-day non-B visa, will then be converted once it's approved to a work permit, or I'm sorry, you'll keep the non-B visa. It'll be transferred to a 1-year non-B visa. You have to check in every 90 days, but it's a 1-year non-B visa, and it takes about a month after you get that non-B visa to actually get your work permit, depending on the school and how ready they are to do things. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, and also wanted to let you guys know that there are some things that be prepared for the unexpected. Okay, be prepared for the unexpected, because these are things to remember before you move to Thailand. Jim says one more 3-word to remember. Bye, bye, bye. Yeah, at the Teespring store. I hope that Teespring store works out for you, Eric, on a different browser. I really do. I've never heard that before. PBJ Time says that Kevin actually B only requires 2 shots and can be done 2 weeks apart. Mine was 6 months apart, I think. I can't remember. Brian says, when I visited Thailand in 2018, no one at immigration asked me how much money I had. Is the 20,000 baht rule new? No, it's not new. It's been on the books for a long time. It's just whether or not they choose to enforce it, just like the TM30s for people that live here. That law has been on the books since, I think, 1970 something, 79 maybe. But they just chose to start enforcing it about 7 months ago. So, it's like you just never know. Rick, whoever you are, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Welcome aboard the DoMoreLife family. Jim says, I just can't seem to leave. Before I leave, I want to say, go hit that thumbs up button for Jeremy. It makes him feel warm and fuzzy. Yes, it does, Jim. Thank you, brother. I appreciate all your support, man. And anybody else who contributes, whether it's a thumbs up, a like, a share, a monetary contribution, whatever the case may be, you guys, you know I love you and I appreciate it. Kevin says, perhaps different there, but I just had them. It took 3, and I had to wait 3 months for the last one. Thanks. Wow. Cody says, what about bringing birth certificate and SS info? Not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. The more information you have, the less reason they're going to have to turn you around. Okay, Jim. See you, bud. Brian says, okay, thanks. You will need money, so bring it. That's true. Very true, Keith. Glenn says, I came 2 weeks ago with 5,000 cash. No one asked me about money. Well, of course. And you may never get asked about money. You may never get asked about. I wasn't asked about when I came back in the country. Nobody asked me about money, but I saw some immigration officers that were asking about money. I just so happened to be the ones, the officer's line I was in didn't ask. PBJ Time says it came out last year and it is the only 2-shot vaccine for Hep B. Here's a link for it. You won't be able to post the link in the live chat, PBJ, but thanks for letting us know. Stuck in Florida says passport covers all that. Cody in Texas. Eric says get well soon, Jim. Yes, absolutely. Get well soon, Jim, for sure. Good morning, Tommy J from Petia. I assume you are still in Petia and having the time of your life, which is cool, man. Cody says, no way I'd go on vacation without at least 600 on me anyway. That's a very good rule of thumb. Yeah, we're loving your pics, Tommy, that you're sending to us. We appreciate it. Maggie says, maybe they randomly asked him. Yeah, that's pretty much that's what it amounts to. The thing people don't understand about Thailand, and Maggie, you can probably back me up on this one, or you may not. I don't know, but something people usually don't understand is ultimately it is up to the immigration officer that you are in contact with whether or not you're going to get in or whether or not you're going to have any problems. Provided you have all your stuff together, then it's going to be up to the immigration officer, and that's just the way it works here in Thailand. That's just the way it works. There you go, PBJ. We'll Google it and check it out. Addie says, when I got 2 months visa, they asked if I had a return ticket. Yep. And that's the other thing. If you're coming with a tourist visa, make sure you have a return ticket. Make sure you have a ticket that says you will leave Thailand before your 60 days is up. If you're coming on 30-day stamp into Thailand, make sure you have a ticket that will get you out of the country at least 28 days into your stay. PBJ Time says, and it's more effective than the 3-shot vaccine. Okay, gotcha, buddy. Ball Around the World says, email a picture of your passport to yourself. If you ever lose it, that can help out. Absolutely. Put it on a Google Drive. Put it anywhere you can that's safe. I keep multiple copies of mine. Kevin says, I just found out that if you travel out of the USA with greater than 10K US and don't submit a form with US Customs, you have committed a felony and can go to prison. That's true. I think I'm not sure about the felony in prison, but if you're traveling with more than 10,000 US dollars on you, you have to declare it. I do know that. I don't know what the penalty is, so I'll take your word for it, Kevin. Steve says, no immigration officer has ever asked me to show cash. Entering Thailand certainly takes longer than entering the Philippines. Yeah, it does. It does. That's true. And I've never been asked by an immigration officer to show cash, but sometimes you got to remember land borders and entry by plane are sometimes looked at as two different things. So what happened a couple years ago is a lot of the backpackers and stuff were coming over from Cambodia, and at the crossing at Cambodia there, they were asking, do you have the 20,000 baht on you for your 30-day holiday? Because a lot of people were coming over here, and by the way, Thailand just made what they call bag packing. They just made that illegal. So if you're a backpacker and you're thinking about coming to Thailand and you're going to sit on the side of the street and maybe try to sell some of your drawings or some of your pictures or something like that, it's not going to work. You're probably going to get arrested and it's going to be a bad day. Cody says, I wonder if a lot of this came about the harsher rules because of overstays. Yeah, of course. That had a lot to do with it. I can't remember the exact number of how many overstayers they rounded up last year, but it was staggering. It was a lot. Brian says, I only asked because I generally withdraw money at the ATM as I need it. I guess I'll bring cash next time. Thanks for the info. Yeah, drawing from an ATM, unless you have some kind of account like a Schwab or something that's going to pay you back the ATM fees, withdrawing from an ATM is just not good unless you have a Thai bank account. What you do is you bring U.S. dollars, crisp, clean, brand new U.S. dollar bills, and the largest denomination you can, and you take it to like TT Exchange, and you'll get the best rate possible and exchange for Thai baht there. Montelli says, I've also never been asked to show a return ticket by either the airline or by Thai immigration. I was asked once when on my initial flight in. I was asked. I was not asked this past time. I bought one, but I was not asked this past time. Eddie says ATMs are so expensive to withdraw from. I agree, 100%. Mine is. That's why I finally got the system set up where I can transfer money from my American bank to my Thai bank account. Cody in Texas says I read ATMs are 6% there, about 2.5 here. It depends on the bank, Cody. It just depends on the bank. PBJ Time says, is it true that you really don't need to make reservations in advance? I've read that it's fine to jump around and use a Go to find rooms when you switch cities on the spur of the moment. You can do that, but you need to have a reservation in advance. You need to have, because when you arrive, you're going to have an arrival departure slip on the airplane that you're going to have to fill out, or in the airport before you come here. And on that, it's going to ask you for the address that you're going to be staying at. Addie says, I had overstay in 2005, got a big fine before departure. It happens. Stuck in Florida says, PBJ Time, unless you want to stay at a particular place, it's not a problem. I disagree. I think that you have to have some type of address on that arrival departure ticket if you want to do it legally. Because that's the legal way to do it. John says, PBJ Time, at least book the first night. Yeah, exactly. Depending on the season, that may or may not be hard to find another room. That's right. Just pick a place to stay for, 1 or 2 nights. That's what I did when I came over here from the Philippines. I stayed in an Airbnb for a week, but it took me less than that to find an apartment. Cody says, PBJ seems it's not a problem on tourist visa. It's difficult for long-term retirees or anybody that works here. Also on any kind of long-term visa, whether it be an educational visa, a volunteer visa, a non-B visa, a retirement visa. That's where you run into the problems because you have to inform them all the time with TN30. That's right, Prince. You have to give an address when you arrive. And Cody, every time you move. Yes, that's true. Keith says, bring a pen. That's right. I had hell in Guatemala because I didn't have one. That's also true. Jimmy D, Steve Montel is right. Swab debt all the way. I agree. James says, what about the new Thai medical insurance requirement that went into effect 31 that apply to a tourist visa? Not to my knowledge. You can go to integritylegal.com. It's integrity-legal.com. And they just released a video on that this morning. You can go check that video out anytime. They just released a video on that this morning, and it will have the most up-to-date information on it. Stuck in Florida says, correct, JC. I meant when you're traveling around, always have a place. Oh, yeah. Definitely always have a place to stay for the first few days. It's a good thing. And with that being said, guys, I think I'll start to wrap this thing up. For those of you that contributed monetarily, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I truly appreciate it. Every penny goes a long way, and can't say thank you enough. For everybody that hit the thumbs up button, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And for everybody who participated in the chat, always thank you for helping me deliver these topics. I'm sorry I haven't gotten as much content out as normal, but hopefully that will change over the following days to come. Tommy says, I must say through this channel, I've made some really good friends on this trip. Yeah, and we do that a lot. Lee, you have a good week too. Thank you for your contribution very much. I really genuinely appreciate that. Probably more than you could imagine. Thanks, Jeff. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. For those of you that don't know, and as we're walking out, DoMoreLife is a family. We're a family. And, we kind of watch each other's backs. There is multiple relationships that have been built through this channel, and I'm very, very, very happy about that. Very happy. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button on your way out, guys. Eric, thank you very much for your contribution, and I'll catch you later for sure. I'm going to do my best to have a good week stuck in Florida. Prince says, may have figured out how to stay in Thailand because of this channel. Well, there you go, man. My job, my my hope is to provide the most accurate, up-to-date information I can to you guys, and that's what I try to do. Michael, you have a good day. Thank you for your contribution. I genuinely appreciate that. Cody says, "Go grab you a shrimp." I would love to have some good fried shrimp. That would be nice, man. Andy says, "Man, I really want to meet you once I get to Pattaya." It's always a possibility. It just depends on the timing. But with that, guys, everybody take care. You're welcome, Andy, and everybody take care. Whatever you do today, be sure you do more life. Love you guys. See you soon.